McLaughlin, Editor-in-Chief for Furniture Today. I'm here with Shawn Sieck and Scott Patrick from Koalafi, and we're going to talk a little bit about the outlook at retail. Gentlemen, you're in the consumer finance space. I'd like to get your sense. How is that going right now? How is retail doing? Everybody's been concerned about retail, right? Consumer demand, traffic. What's your sense? You guys have your finger on that pulse. How are things going?
Yeah, so we depend a lot on the data that really shows us how this market's really evolving and shaping. And some of the most recent surveys that we've been doing, there was definitely a delayed purchase mentality over the middle of last year. Finished the year really strong, which is really important for us. And we're seeing about 70% of our customers had been delaying that purchase until kind of the tail end of last year. And it's really excited for where we're kind of looking for the rest of this year and figuring out what's the most important thing for these merchants, for these customers.
So you saw an uptick toward the end of last year?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Is that something that you anticipate being sustainable into this year? Was that a one-time blip? I mean, so as you look at the outlook, I mean, as you say, you have a lot of data to look at. You can get a real sense of that. As you project out forward, what's your outlook for 2025?
Yeah, so we're still looking at having our finger on the pulse of a lot of growth for this year, and so we're a passive optimist, if you will, in that regard. And the way that we're just trying to project some of the things that we're doing for this year is that we're still mapping with the seasonality of what the consumer spending is going to do. That delayed mentality seems to be sustaining itself as far as like where the customers are going today. And then we're seeing a lot more activity with customers that are buying a little bit more of a premium item, which is really exciting because we've discovered that about 6 out of every 10 of our customers won't even make that purchase without considering financing.
That's right. Yeah, and really what we're seeing is that confidence is starting to come back, right? So where they were holding off on purchases, what they're finding as we get the word out and we partner with our retailers, and we get the marketing message out there to help them drive traffic into their showrooms, which obviously we know is always something that we can do a little bit better, right? So as we get that consumer to come back into the store, that confidence is there when they know that there's an option where someone can say yes, right? And that's really what we're seeing today.
So for furniture, the access to financing is really, really critical for a lot of customers. How can you help that retailer drive velocity? Because that's really what they're looking to you for, right?
I think one of the things that we've really done well here in the past 12, 18 months is to reduce the friction and get them to yes quicker, right? With partners, like LendPro and Versatile and Charge After, where that synchrony or that TD, when they say, hey, maybe we can't approve that customer, and they go through the waterfall, having the option to get to a tertiary lender quicker, seamless, without that friction, has helped increase that average ticket, helped that customer say, well, hey, we couldn't get you this option, but we have this option for you, right? And that brings that confidence back. They don't have to walk out and go to somewhere maybe they wouldn't want to shop initially.
Can you help the customer to kind of pre-qualify themselves so even before they start that shopping process, they kind of understand or have a level of confidence that they have some money to spend?
Yeah, we spend a lot of time really leveraging technology as much as we can to make that integration, that experience as seamless as possible. So some of the things that we try to work on are integrating with all the partners he was talking about, but as well as every merchant that we work with and being able to drive traffic with them, be able to help become an extension of their brand as much as we can, partnering with their marketing platforms, working in consumer marketing plans, working with all of our partners as well as the consumers to be able to drive that traffic into those merchants is really, really important. And one of the things that we've had a lot of success with over last year and we're leaning into even more this year is the technology piece. So whether it's integrating from anywhere, any of the distribution or aggregators, it's really helpful for us to be able to drive that volume. And we're seeing a lot of success and leaning heavily into the technology, even when it comes to like working with fraud companies and being able to reduce that fraud and create a better customer experience across the board.
Speaking of technology, retailers today are really focused on trying to be omni-channel, right? To be able to deliver a seamless experience, whether they're on the website or they're in the store. I would imagine that if you can't do the same thing on the finance side, it creates friction. So how do you create that for the retailer, that seamless experience, so wherever the consumer decides to transact, wherever they go, they have the ability to do that seamlessly?
Yeah, so we have partners that we partner with them both e-com and brick and mortar, right? And we have the app transfer technology where if they start online, which a lot of people do, right? And they have an idea before they walk into a brick and mortar location. Well, they can go on there and they can get pre-qualified with a finance partner, right? And there's that technology that exists. So again, it just helps reduce that friction. They get the yes, and then they walk in the door with confidence saying, well, hey, I've already got some money to spend here, right? Let's go shopping, right? And that's really what we've seen a lot of our merchant partners say, well, hey, how do we get that, right? How do we get that in our store? So that way we can help our RSA, when they greet the customer at the door, have confidence, right? I mean, how many retailers would love to have a customer come in and say, hey, we've got $5,000, right? Let's go shopping, right? And that's where our partners, our partners up at the top, in the middle, our technology partners, where they say, hey, how do we help the retailers when that customer comes in, just to give them the confidence to walk around and help that RSA make that sale?
All right, I'm going to ask you both to take out your crystal ball. All right? 2025. Better than 24? Same as 24? Worse than 24? Shawn?
We're already seeing that it's going to be better than 24. So, but that's not even your crystal ball. We're only a few weeks into the year, but we're seeing the trends really start to drive a lot of that action. And so we're really excited about what this year is going to be able to bring. And part of that, the way that we've been able to deliver a lot of that success, is that we're ruthlessly focused on customer transparency and being able to make sure that they understand the entire process, make sure they know exactly what they're getting into, making sure they know exactly what the value of that's going to be able to bring, and how we can help every American consumer make that important purchase that they need. So it's really important to us to be able to drive that message forward.
Your crystal ball say the same?
Right there. I'm double digits. I'm up. Right?
There we go. You heard it here first. Double digits up. Get ready for 25. Thanks for joining us at the news desk.